Okay, I think, let me check if everything's on. It's the correct microphone. Oh, my chair's super noisy. Sound effects are off, that's okay. Screen is sharing, video is sharing. Okay, I think we're good. The only thing I need to do is pull out comments. Yep, I think that would do it. Okay then. Nice. Wait, I don't see the comments. Can I window? Okay. I don't really know. I hope there's a notification or something for the comments. I'm not sure. We shall find out. Now, just like a check. Is this live? Let's see. Yep. It is there. Okay. Cool. So, what I wanted to do today is that I saw this. I'm zoomed in. I saw this interaction idea, which I really liked. Let me play it again. So the idea is that this menu option opens on top of the card to the left, and it has like a really smooth animation, and I thought it'd be really fun to try to build this with Tailwind. I don't know how far we'll get, because I mean it looks kind of difficult. So I slowed this down. Oh, by the way, I didn't create the concept. It's by Oleg. Here's the link. If you can pause, if you want to pause and look it up. But yeah, I slowed it down so that I can like analyze it and see what's really happening here. And there's a bunch of things happening. So you see there's this, there's essentially, I guess, an SVG which folds, and then it goes all the way to the left, and then it becomes an arrow. Meanwhile, this whole circle becomes like an elongated menu, and you can also see things appear, like these options like pop up. So there's like, I don't know what to call it, there's like a bunch of choreography here. I think we're going to try to make as much as we can. Maybe I'll have to do like another one to get the rest of it, but this is what we're starting off with a blank screen. So okay, let me try to get just the first bit, which is there is a card, and it has a kind of has like a button with an SVG in it. That's how I put it. So let's start there. So I'm saying this section is probably the section where everything is, and then it has a button. I'm just gonna put an ugly equal to sign, and this probably shouldn't even be a button. This should probably be like a checkbox, because when you check it, that's when it opens. But maybe it's a button, I don't know, we'll see. So here's the default thing, and then of course, do I have the server running? Nope. Let me start my DevTools server. Perfect. Okay, so this is the button. I want the section, and I want it to be like big and white in color, because like this is how it should look. Let me actually start with the background and make it like green, so that we're working with a similar template. There we go. Colors are, I think like the actual colors are not so important right now, because I'm more interested in like can we even make the transition work, because that would be the cool part. Okay, so I have this now, and let me just make it super big. So this is block. What do I want the size to be? So it should be a few, yeah, let's start with this. It's like 256 by 256, and then it should have a border radius as well. Okay, and now this button should be on the top right. So let me just check if the class names are working. Yep. Okay, so the button or checkbox, whatever, haven't decided, should be on the right, and it should be on top there. So I'm guessing like this should probably be like a position absolute. So let me just add that class name, absolute, maybe like right to, it's probably minus, so minus top to right to. That didn't actually do anything. That's probably because I'm writing the wrong class name. Is it not absolute? Oh, wait. For something to be absolute, the parent has to be relative. So this should be relative. And I still probably am doing something wrong. Let's see. Let's go to Tailwind docs. Because I'm not sure if this is a real thing. Like, how do you say it should be top, top 0 or top negative? So we got absolute and it's just called top 0 and not T0. Okay, so this should be top minus 2 and imagine in right minus right 2. Yeah, there we go. Cool. So we have this now, but then this should also be a little big and rounded. What's the color? Is this like a darkish color? I think it's also faded, so we might go for like a really dark, or maybe just like a black. Make the text white, and then change the fill opacity. That's probably what they're doing. No, this is actually just a grayish thing. It's not. I don't see the opacity because there's no lines here, so it's 100% opacity. Maybe just go with like the darkest gray that we can find. Yeah, this one, and then make it round. Yeah, this is what I want. Full. Okay, and to get this text, I actually don't want text. I want an icon. Plus, let's make it bigger so that we're playing with something fun. This is good. Some shadow, just for good measure. Extra large, looks good. Okay, so now there are a bunch of things here. So first of all, we probably should shift it a little more. It's a shame that I can't really do this with UI Devtools yet. So I kind of lose like the visual, I don't know, just the quick preview. 3 or 4. Maybe 4, because you also need a lot of space here to open it. And then I want an icon, because I don't want this equal to sign. I want an like a chunkier icon. Okay, does this even have those 2 lines? I don't know what to search for. Let's see. Okay, let's maybe look at hero icons. Maybe that has it. Equal. No, what do you call this? It's like 2 dash. It's the equal sign, right? There's a lot more. Okay, I guess what we'll have to do is take something else and then make an equal sign. So maybe there's a cross or a wrong cancel X. There you go, it's called an X. So maybe we'll take this X and then we'll make a equal sign from it. So let's copy this. I'm gonna paste the SVG here. I'm using React, so which means this is not allowed. Class name. Okay, cool. So this is fine. Now to get it like a equal sign, first let me try to align this center, and then I probably have a better idea. So this should be smaller. This should be maybe 20. Yeah, and then let me also go to the, not the SVG but the button, and make it flex. Flex, give me row. I think row is fine, but give me center and a center. Okay, that's good. We have a comment. We have a bunch of comment. Hello everyone. Travis actually has a link for us that I can't copy. Okay, that's a shame. Let's see. Can I? Okay. Yep. There we go. Let's open this up. Material calls it a drag handle. Interesting. Drag handle. Let's see if we can just use similar. Let's search for drag. Nope. Handle. Nope. Drag. Nope. Handle. Nope. Okay. I guess we're making our own. That's okay. Thank you, Travis, for trying. I do appreciate it. Okay, so now that this is in center, I think what we can do is just rewrite the SVG. So I want for the first line, I want the X to be, I think it's, if this is like 24 by 24, maybe it should be around 10. And then this can be 14. I'm thinking like the center is 12. So that's the X. Oh wait, I'm thinking about Y. So this should be 10 and 14, and then the Y2 should also be 10 and 14, right? So this is just like coordinates, and then X1, I think they all should be 6 to 18. I think. Let's see what we get. Yeah, that's close, but we probably then need this should be further. So this, I'm gonna make it 8 and 16, and let's see. It's not pretty. Like this is like pretty. Unfortunately, this is a video and not Figma, so we can't really measure anything. It's also a lot rounded, I guess. We do have a little rounded cap. Okay, but we're gonna make this work for now. And when you click it, what we want is it should open up, but it should also squeeze in. I wonder what the more interesting part is. Is it the Svg animation? Because like when you start these two merge, I think that would be an interesting place to start. Like when you click this button, it should just merge this. And I'm probably going to go with like not a button and a label, because I'm thinking it would be, actually, you know what, let's go with a button. Let me open, set open. So by default it's not open, which means that's what we get. And in the button I want an on click, which does a set open. It's a toggle, so that works. I don't need I don't need the extra line. Open. Okay, so now we're talking. When this is open, what happens? I think I'm gonna start with like, there are two places where we can start. The first one is that the SVG becomes a line, and the second is the whole tray becomes longer. So I guess let's start with the tray, and I instantly realized that it shouldn't be a button then. So the button is inside it, and then we need to have like a panel, which is what has the styles. So half of these should be here. Now we're going to dissect which half. So absolute is fine, right is fine, top is fine, I guess. This should not be here. This should be on the button. Rounded full will probably change. Shadow, justify, items, I think all of that is good. So only the you know what, even the height would change. Interesting. Okay, I think let's make this as we go. So this is good. Oh, you know what I should do is I should create another one of these, and I'm gonna put them in a div. I don't care. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create both of these next to each other so that I know exactly what the second one looks like, because I'm trying to do this like with thinking about the styles, and that's exactly why I have UI Devtools, which is like it's I don't know, it's hard for me to think about, visualize all of that. And I shouldn't forget that I built a tool for it, which I am using right now. Okay, cool. So I broke this one. Let me fix that. This should have been flex, and it should have been centered and center. Thank you. And the second one, the one we wanted to expand to, this should be all the way like super long. So the div, not the button, the div should have the same height but a big width, right? There we go, that's looking good. Okay, so it shouldn't be 256, it should be bigger, and it's like relative to the parent, so maybe we can just make it full but then also add a little more. That's interesting, because we don't actually want full, we want it to be a little bigger than full. There's no good way of doing that with just Tailwind, so I'm gonna configure, and we essentially ran out of, like, I'm on the biggest one and that's not big enough, so I'm just gonna add one. I want to extend. What are we extending here? This is turning out to be a good stream. It's like it's hard. It's like I'm jumping from one thing to the other, configuring Tailwind, which is not something I do that often. Okay, let's see. So we had 256. We had this one already. Wait, really? We have to 64. So we just need this. Okay. How do you extend it though? Okay, this is how you extend it. You say extend width, and I'm just gonna create like 17, I guess, which is 250. Okay, how many RAMs do we have? This is 64 RAMs. I probably want a bunch of more, so I'm gonna add 68 RAM and 72 RAM. Hello. What is that CSS thing he is using? I'm reading the comments, sorry. I learned this new thing, which is you can add things to the broadcast. What is the CSS thing you're using? Atish, are you talking about Tailwind or are you talking about this tool? Because different answers. Anywho, the tool I'm using is UI Devtools. I'm just gonna add it to the actually, you know what, it's easier to show. The tool I'm using is this thing. It's called UI Devtools. Go to uidevtools.com and then you'll know. And hello Morris, nice to see you here. Okay, so where was I? Yeah, so I added these two. I don't actually know if this is correct because I don't really extend Tailwind that often, but we will find out. Gotta build Tailwind. This takes a while. Oh, I'm still running the alpha. I can actually just start using the actual version because 2.0 is out. Okay, let's see. 64, do we see new option? We don't see new options. Bad. Which I'm guessing it's because I didn't configure it correctly. But this is how I'm. Okay, let's see. We will find out if this is a bug in Tailwind UI or just my Tailwind config. So we go to width 64, which exists, and so does width 72. Yeah, so this totally exists. So does width 80, but we don't see that here, which means it's a bug in UI Devtools. That's good to know. Should I fix it from stream? Should I fix it later? Let's fix it now. Okay, so let's see. We have size. This is where we get our width, and we get width from, what's it called? Is it called config? No, it's called something else. These are all the properties supported, but we're looking for the definitions. There we go. Okay, where is width? There you go. So width does pick from the scale, which seems correct, and then it extends it. Interesting. Yeah, I don't really know. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. Maybe it's just a matter of upgrading the function I used to get the config. It's still based on Tailwind 1 maybe, and that's updated in Tailwind 2, but I haven't updated it. Could be. Anywho, I'm gonna go back to building this app, and then I'll fix my bugs later. Cool. Anyway, what we found out is that this works, and the interaction also works. This just should be, where's the second one? This should be width 72. That also, oh sorry, wrong place. Not here, on the inside there. There we go. 72. Okay, so that's good. This is like it should grow all the way from there till here, so that's nice. And it's still in the center, which is probably useless now because this button should actually be on the left. So I'm gonna make it start here, and that means this thing should actually have some padding so that we actually get the effect that we want. So it should be here. Nice. So now the thing that we should do is, how does it grow from here to here? And I'm gonna delete the first one because I don't need it for now, and only focus on this one, because when you click it, its height, its width should go from whatever value we have, which is not identified here, to 72. I think that should be easy. So it should just be, oh wait, let me also add a transition, because this is becoming good now. So let's see, we're using all of the DevTools at the same time. So what we'd like to happen, yikes so much, is that when this changes, like for example, if this goes from 8 to 18 or something, it should have like a nice long transition. And I think I already have option to do that. Oh god, my browser is now giving up. Let's look at the chart then. When you're serving, you should refresh that because it might be pointing out to a cache Tailwind config. Interesting. Do you mean like refresh the browser or refresh refresh the dev server, because I think dev server is already done. I don't think I refreshed the browser, which is a good point. I guess we'll find out right now. Nope, it's something else. It just doesn't identify the extended width. It knows about the pre-existing ones, but not the extended ones. Not sure what that is. Okay, anywho, we want to do a transform on width, so we're going to do what all does the default one take care of? Tailwind. Transition property. Transition default does background color, border, stroke, transform. Okay, it's not width. Interesting. Width. Okay, so I guess if we want width, we either have to create a new one or we can choose all. I'm gonna go with all, and it should take this. If you look at the animation, it's like fairly fast. It doesn't take long at all. Like the original is so fast. It's barely even like 100 milliseconds, and yeah, no delay. And I think it should ease out, because it should start really fast but then get slower. So all of those styles are here in my code now. Now what I'm going to do is put it in a condition like this, and now add a width, some logic for width here. So what I want is, if it's open, then it should be width 72, otherwise it should just be with 8, yeah, 8, because the height is 8. Okay, and I think that's it. Okay, so that's one bug, that this doesn't really sit nicely, but okay, we'll figure that out. Now let's try. Yeah, that works. It's not smooth at all. It's actually pretty unsmooth, but that's okay. That's one thing to fix. Alright, so interesting things here. The button itself is not very wide. I think the button should be the same. What did I do? The button itself, like, what's the, yeah, the button has its own styles, which is height 8, width 8. Okay, so that's good. And I remember we added some px2, so that's here. That's nice. Or did we? This has padding 2 and flex and center, so all of that is good. There's a button. So I think the button itself, we probably don't want the padding, and instead want the button to be a little fatter. Oh, we changed this. So we don't want this property. This is like one of the drawbacks which I still haven't figured a way around. The moment you make this a condition, anytime you change styles here, it doesn't actually know if it should go into the true case, false case, or like the common case. So then it just like tells you that, yeah, I'm not going to change anything, but it's slightly annoying that I can't just change stuff there. Okay, anywho, so our button is now fat enough. It should be an inline flex with center and center, and then if you saw this, it has like focus styles, because this whole thing becomes big. Oof, what should our focus styles even be? I'm realizing it should definitely be round as well. Oh, not this. I accidentally selected everything. Yeah, this button should also be round, and then we can work on like the focus styles, to maybe change the background. right now it's transparent. It should probably be like just one shade lighter, maybe. So then it looks like this. And then let's also disable the focus ring button. Has focus. Outline, it's using the default browser. I want no outline, and probably like an outline shadow, maybe. Oh, so they added some rings, right, for a similar use case. I wonder if we can use like a green ring around it. Let's see, how do we find those? Docs, focus ring utilities, that's the one. So if you add something like this. So if I can add a ring 4 and then give it a color, focus ring 4, focus ring opacity, I think that should do it. I'm not sure if I already have that feature here, because I imagine like you have to build or you have to enable it, maybe. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, it's already there. Okay, so if I focus, then it's here. Nice. I chose a very fat ring. I'm going to reduce that. Probably ring 2. And opacity 75. Nope, 75 is not good enough. 50 was actually better. There we go. Okay, so now when you click, and then I'm going to lose the background color because we don't need that anymore. Nice. Okay, I see a ping. Put your video thumbnail on the left. Can't see the stuff because interesting. Okay, I'm gonna put this in this corner. Sorry about that. And thanks, Kamlesh. Okay, so we have this one part ready, and the other interesting or difficult part is the SVG itself, like how the icons become a minus. So when you tap it, when it starts glowing, this thing becomes minus and then becomes a triangle. I have no idea how we're going to do that, but maybe there's a way. Also looking at this transition, I think we can make it a little slower. It is, oh come on, that's going to be very annoying. Transition duration, maybe if it asks you if you want to commit it to the common styles, because this is the hard part, A, B or C, but I kind of know all 3 options, and then giving you the option could be cool. Like when you change something, for example, when I change this, if it just asked me A, B or C, sounds pretty terrible, but could work. So okay, we have this. Now for the SVG itself, I think we're going to play with this. So I'm going to create another button right next to it. I really like this way where I just duplicate stuff and then play them out. And one of these should be flat, so which means I can either just get rid of one of these, add a opacity 0. But I think what would look better is if they basically both come and merge like that, which means that these should just go to 12, but it should go to 12, not how do we animate that with Tailwind or just without. SVG animations would be if we can put a class name here. So if I put a class name and I can make it translate, so it's transform, translate y 1 because we want it to go from 8 pixels to 12 pixels, and then on this one we want it to go from 16 to 12, which probably should be -y. And you see these have now merged. They still look okay, they look fine, they don't look that bad. And this should happen on the animation. So okay, I think I know what to do. Zoom out, DevTools. This button should have a transition. Oh, actually not the button. We're looking at the SVG now. The SVG should have a transition, I guess. Not even the SVG, the line should have a transition on it. It should have a transition transform, and it should be way faster. And I guess it needs to be ease out as well. So this, yep, this should work. I'm going to copy that here because we want the same effect. But then this we only want to apply when it's open. Okay. So making this a condition and backticks, and then the thing we did earlier, which is if it's open then translate y, otherwise I guess nothing. And I can just copy this, but in this case should be translate minus, like negative y. Okay, I'm going to delete the other button because I have one that works. I think it works. Let's find out. Oop, remove this. That was so fast that I don't see anything. Let's make it really slow. So instead of duration 75, it should be duration 500. Okay, it does move, but it's still so fast. This thing, can we, what's the highest we can go? We can go to 1000. So let's just do that, duration 1000. And then for this one I'm actually going to remove it so that we can just focus on one transition at a time. Okay, so it's always open, and now we can see the transition. Close DevTools. Yep, there we go. Right, that came out really well. I'm surprised. Okay. And this is like a second long, so it's not even that fast. Should it be faster? Oh, it's not. It's only 100. Okay, that's good then. So this is 100, and then we can go back to this being 8. Alright, let's see it. Now, the point is that it's so fast that you don't actually see one of the animations. What do they do here? Okay, so that's the thing. It starts folding first, and then the parent starts moving. So if we can add a transition delay of like 100, oh, of course you can't change it. I always do this with the tool that I don't even know what's the property actually called. Okay, where is add delay? It's called delay 75. Okay, and we should add this on the parent, I guess. So we have a transition duration delay, and maybe make it the same amount as the buttons. Okay, let's see. Yes, that's pretty cool. When you click it, it goes here. It also works with the mouse. Beautiful. Okay, The final thing is, how do we get this to become an arrow right at the end? So you see it goes to the left. Oop. Can you watch this one? Replay. Yeah, it becomes an arrow right at the end. And that will also be interesting. Can we just make these transition again? That would be tricky. Because I don't think you can have, like in CSS animations, you can have multiple like points, but with translate you can't really do that. So we also can't have two transitions with Tailwind, right? Is that a thing? Multiple transition speeds Tailwind. Yeah, people are doing it with JavaScript. Because that's the thing, you have this. So even if you add another transition, they're all tied to each other, so you only get one speed. So what we could do is create another line here. Like we could do almost like an orchestration where this comes in, gets replaced by a different line, which opens up. Okay, I'm not sure what I'm doing, but I think it can work. So this is another pair of lines, and this pair of lines needs to look like a triangle. So which means we're rotating it. So when it's okay, this is tricky. When it's open, it's fine. Yeah, when it's open, it should also rotate by like 45. Right? Huh. That looks stupid. Can I rotate it the other way? So it's like a line like this, and if you want to rotate it to make it this, then it's like this is the angle. So okay. Let's find this line. Where's our rotate? This is our rotate. So it always goes like this way. How do you change the pivot point for rotation? Oh, I think I could change this. If I exchange 18 and 6, then the starting point is here, and then the rotations are also synced up. So if I go to 80, 45, nope. That's annoying. Okay, so that didn't work out. Let's see, what else can we do? We want it to open up and then do this. I do think like rotating is the way to go, but we probably will also have to like move it, because it did rotate, but it should also, like, the edge should be here. So if I do like a translate x1, then I can move it all the way to that side, and then it should be, nope, wait, what do I want? Translate 1 negative. I'm trying to make the top arrow. So 2, 3, 4, 3, translate to, yeah, like this. Would then also be smaller maybe. Oh god, I don't know how to scale with Tailwind. Okay, Tailwind. It's coming. Huh, okay, so Anwar says you can, sorry, lost you. You can keep one coordinate fixed and change the other. Yes, I mean, you make a lot of sense. So if we change this, right, then it would become rotated, but you can't then animate that, right? Like unless you're doing, like you can't animate that with Tailwind. Unless you can, and I don't know how, because I'd be up for that. It does sound a lot better, but not with Tailwind. Let's see, rotate. Oh wait, I didn't want rotate, I wanted scale. Scale 50 makes it smaller, scale 75 is probably what we're looking for. Yeah, so that's smaller, but then also it's too high up. Oop, just one. Yeah, that's better. Okay, looks good. And then the other triangle should also be the similar spot. So I'm gonna take this, put it here, and then this should be rotate the other way, so minus 45. That doesn't look like minus 45 at all. Ooh, can I flip these? That would work. Flip. No. Is it scale? How do you do this? Is it scale X? Is there a -1? No. Can I not do a -1? Huh. Let's see. CSS scale. CSS flip horizontally with transform. Yeah, so how you do that is you do scale X -1. Is there a scale X -1? There isn't. Okay, I guess we can add it. Scale config. Oh, was I? Okay, this is correct. Scale, we're extending it, and I want -100 to be -1. This should also be in quotes. Okay, that should do it. I have to build again and start the dev server again. So build Tailwind first. Let's see, I lost chat. Is it here somewhere? There it is. Individual coordinates might not be modified. It is rotate 180 degrees. Rotate 180 from, not from the original, right? Like this should be rotated 180, which means like it's 180 minus 45. How far can we go? Oh, okay. We want -1. I'm gonna say 135. That sounds about right. 90, 80. Yeah, they don't do that. But I think I like the flipping it, because that should work. I keep losing chat. Apologize. Any comments? Ignore nobody. So, sorry about Anubhav. I think it makes sense, but I just don't. I don't think that's it. Okay, we do the scale -1, which means we can add scale 100 -1. Show me the money. It's disappeared. That's not right. Okay, I'm gonna listen to chart. I'm sorry. I think rotate X 180 degree. Okay, fine. Let's try to do 180 degree. Yeah, so that's kind of the thing. Like, you need to rotate 180 degree on this, not on just the line, because the line already horizontal. If you rotate it 180 degree, it's just like horizontal like this, right? And that's why I thought like -45 would do the trick. But then you got to add a scale, a negative scale X to it. That's what I'm going for. Looks so bad. Okay, let's see. So I'm going to remove the scale I had earlier because I realized it doesn't even look good. It's fine if you have chunkier things, and then this becomes interesting. So this should, when it's open, these should not be visible, and then this should intersect at some point. So should this be x2 instead of x3? No, that's only the translation bit. And the y also works. It's just literally the angle. Like, we really need to like precisely get the angle. Or we gotta scale it. So, you know, if you do like a scale 75 and then also do like a scale 75 for this, then we probably can get them to work well with each other. For now, I think I'm gonna be okay with this ugly angle. I say that, but I'm not actually. Okay, let's actually find out what the exact angle is with good old DevTools, and then we'll find out. Then we'll just add it to our config. I remember watching this talk from Adam Wadden. He said people really try to avoid extending Tailwind, but they created Tailwind in mind to like, you should be able to extend it all the time. And I think I do that as well. I try not to extend it too much, but maybe I shouldn't be afraid of it. Okay, let's see. The fan is struggling. No cache needed. Come on, buddy, come on. You can do it. This is annoying because I can't even guess it. Like what would I add? Is that 40? Is that 30? I don't know. I'm a visual creature. I need to see it. These. Hey. There's a line. What? Is it not open? Where did my rotate go? Oof. Okay, that's also fine. Oh, I don't have a class name here. What in... I do have two SVGs. One of them is commented out, but the other one is here. Okay, let's take some advice. If you're trying to make it exact arrow, oops, sorry. if you're trying to make it an exact arrow, maybe the lines are too big. Yeah, no, you're right. That's kind of what's happening when you end up with this, because the lines are too big, and in this they actually scale them down. You see these lines are smaller, and we kind of have to do a combination of like scaling and rotating. So if I stick with 45, now I have to scale it down. So let's try transform scale 0.75. Oh, that will override the rest of it. So rotate. Oh god, that's a bunch of them. Let me just do it here. Yeah, so this should be, if I do a scale 75 here and a scale 75 here, or like a minus 75, and then I have to make room. So let me find this one, and I'm gonna hack it into minus 75. Right, this is what it looks like. Doesn't really look correct. Only one of them should have it. This one has scale 75, and then you have to kind of deal with how they match up. Maybe this is just like generally hard to do with CSS animations, and I'm trying to like really push it because I want to do it with Tailwind. But it would be interesting. What was I gonna do? I was gonna try to do it with rotation instead, because that I feel is like generally easier, even though it doesn't get you like the right angle. So there you go. If we had a 40 in both of these, okay, I don't understand why my laptop is struggling so much. So this is not 45, this is minus 45, which isn't even available. It doesn't actually show this to me. How do they get negative? There we go, this one also 40. See, now we're kind of getting somewhere, but then these are not aligned, and then we'll have to like move them. So I think this is like a combination of alignment and translation if you want to get the animation. Can we replace that with an arrow SVG? We could, but then it's like we can start there and then try to animate into it, right? So if we have like an arrow, where is it? This one. Is there a greater than? No, that's it. That's caret. Okay. Arrow. We can take like one of these, and then we'll have to animate our way backward, right? So if I'm gonna bring this back, delete the new stuff that I've done because it didn't go anywhere, and then push this SVG next to it. Now this is the new one, right? And what we want from the new one is that it should start like a flap and then open up. And we could do some like interesting trickery where they're like overlapping, and then one of them fades out while the other one opens up, but we'll always need like that open up kind of effect, right? Like this polyline that we have, we want this to be flat and then come up. Okay, everyone's saying chevron, chevron, chevron. Chevron. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 1 Run. Thank you very much. I did not know what this was called. Chevron. Right. So there's like a lag in the chat. So if you say something, it comes to me like 5-10 seconds later. That's why I get like I react late. Yeah. So if you have this chevron, you kind of have like this line, and this line needs to like open up from being flat, right? So maybe, just maybe, what we can do is create like a transform scale y, which is really tiny. So something like transform scale y 25. That's not a real thing, is it? Tailwind docs. Scale y. Okay, we have 0, 50, 75. Okay, so if we start with like a scale 0 and then open it up, right? So you start with 0 and you go all the way to scales 100, then we kind of get that. Worth a try. I'm gonna add the same transitions that I had. Actually, you know what? I can copy this whole thing, put it here, and then change these. So when it's open, it should be full scale. When it's not open, it should be 0. And now we can see if that looks any good. I couldn't even watch it. Let me keep it open all the time. 72. Right, so you see this effect. Can I zoom in even further? Like when it comes from nothing, if we can time that, maybe it gives like roughly the right impression. So we have these two SVGs which should then overlap, right? So I can actually do that here. Let's see, so we have this. Oh, wait. Yeah, so if we can make the two SVGs overlap, which means it's going to be absolutely positioned. So this becomes relative. The flex has no benefits anymore. This should be, oh wait, I don't need to do that. I can actually just merge the two SVGs because it's all, if this class name, sorry, if this class name is on the line, then I can just take the line and get rid of this SVG. This is why SVGs are so cool, because you can change them by code, right? So now we get this, and now I need to translate it to get all the way to the right. Translate x1, maybe more. Oh, that's good. And when this is open, what should it do? It should disappear into itself. So this should be scale x0 and scale x1. That is a very weird way of doing it, but it might just work. Scale x0, scale x1. Let's see, what does that mean? Nope, all wrong. Because we also want a delay, right? So you want that when you click this, it should go from, like, this should actually come later, right? So we have this, and then after like a good second or two is when this comes in, which means if we add a delay to this, delay 100, but it comes from a weird, like, aerial spot, we want it to come from the center. Okay, so when you do scale, it kind of folds into itself. Interesting. Is there a way to change the pivot? Change pivot for CSS scale. Transform origin, okay, that's what it's called. There you go. Does Tailwind have that? Transform origin. We want it to be center right. I guess that just means origin is right. So for just this one, it should be right. Okay, so this is now really getting somewhere. Right, it opens up, but then can we also make the width of the arrow disappear? So here's the other challenge. It's not this, we can't really do the same arrow, because if we add a delay here, it applies to everything. Can we do more lines? This is getting wild. Okay, I think I know exactly what to do. We come up with another line and this should be width 0 and it should come from width 2, right? Because 6, oh no, 18 minus 6, so this should be width 12 pixels 3. There it is. And we want the y to be 12 so that it overlaps, and then this one we want to disappear. Opacity 0. Oh god, this is so wild. Can I make this red text? Red 500. Okay, so hear me out. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make this disappear. So this line should actually just poof. So both of these lines fade into nothing. They come like this. Oh, that is very instant. Transition opacity as well. So we can't have two, so we'll have to do transition all. Right, so what it does is it folds into it first, and what it does fold into is this line, right? And you can't really tell the difference because there's already a line here, and then this line becomes like goes to 0 with a delay. So delay 100. This is like I feel like a mad scientist now, but let's see. Right, so we have this, and it's always visible. Right. Okay, I think we need to add another, because it shouldn't be. Oh yeah, this is easy. Opacity 0. So it shouldn't be visible when it's closed. It should instantly become visible without any delay, and the transition is only on transform. Holy shit. So now I need to slow this down because otherwise we can't even see it. Oh, where are all the hundreds? 100, 100, 100, 100. I got the wrong 100. All of these should be 1000 except this. Okay, all the transitions and delays are 1 second long, and this is what's happening. So first you have these fold into a new line, and then it becomes this, and the last step would be to get rid of the line itself. So when it's open, I think this doesn't apply, because right now we shouldn't even see this line because it should be width 0. With 0 to with 3. It is with 3 right now. Maybe we can't really apply that to, if it's an SVG and we have a line, do we get to apply with 0 on a line? I don't know. It's this dev tool that makes it extremely slow. What? Come on. How is DevTools supposed to kill my browser? Okay, this is the second line. This is the line that should be, when it's open, it should not be, it should just be like bloop. So maybe you can use a scale on it and say scale x0. There we go. And by default, it's scale x1. And we had an origin property. This should have an origin right as well. I think we got it. Okay, so this is the very slow version. 2 lines becomes 1 line. Arrow comes, the line goes away. The line goes away very far, which is bad. Maybe we should do like a origin center so that it fades somewhere here. Kind of, almost. I think this is fine. We just need to make it like really fast, so it disappears faster than you can actually notice where it disappears, and that would do the trick. So all my durations should be back to 100 milliseconds. The delays are here. This delay should be 100, but this delay should be smaller. It should be 75. So that happens just before. Do you see what I mean? And this then should be origin right. Okay. Let us see if we can notice all of the weird hackery that we've done. Yeah. So you see it becomes a line first. And then it goes, I want to add more delay because otherwise you can't see anything. Delay 200. Yep, that's actually really cool. So it becomes a skinny line, goes all the way there. You see an arrow. Becomes an arrow too fast, I think. Should become an arrow much later. So this should have 200, 150. Okay, so this is cool. The entry animation is good. Zoom in. Right. The alignment is a little stupid. It's not the right alignment, but that's easy to fix. The exit animation is where it's bad, because the 2 lines come up really fast, which means this animation needs to be delayed as well, and maybe only when it's exiting, not all the while. Yeah. So when it's open, we want to add a delay. When it's open, add a delay. Yeah, that sounds right. Oh, but then it exits very fast, which means it should be here because the state change happens first. Right? I think that just worked. Yeah, okay, nice. Okay, now I want to fix that alignment because that's bugging me. This should be center, and then we can just move this polyline Or maybe we can just translate it, because we do have a translate x1. Is that my problem? Right, because now it's just a line. And it's centered, it's good. You can see it zoom in, become a line. Like, okay, good. This delay needs to be even more, because it needs to add up all the delays. So this should be the first transition is delay 200. So it should be 200 plus something. Let's see what are actually, I can see it in DevTools. What are all the options that we have? We have 200, 150, 300. This should be 300. Actually, this one should be 200 and this one should be 300, so that we see it. Same, maybe not. Let's see. Yeah. Oh my god, that actually is gorgeous. So when you click it, it folds, goes there, becomes an arrow. Do you see that? Nice. That 2-line thing would have killed us. I mean, I guess it did kind of. This is like look at this SVG. It's like 100-line SVG. Okay, and now if you look at it, the ring actually looks okay, but not great. Maybe we should lose it. Maybe we should keep it, because focus. Who knows? But I kind of like it. I like how far we've got. Took us like more than an hour, which I'm not proud of. But yeah, I think this came out way better than I thought it would. Alright, I guess the final step is to make a GIF of it and put it. Thanks for hanging out. If you want to hang out and check out my GIF workflow, then you're welcome to stay. Otherwise, I will see you in another one. Okay, before I get the GIF, I actually hate this shade of green. It's so ugly. Can we go darker, lighter, bluer, anything? Yeah, let's use this teal and let's give this a big shadow. That'll work. And then this cannot be ring green anymore. Can we actually lose the ring? Maybe. Yeah, I think the ring is not useful. And final step, this thing shouldn't be green anymore. I think we used a green 900. This should be teal 900. That looks pretty. Maybe 800 also. Get some color in, right? Yeah, that looks gorgeous. Okay, cool. I'm gonna record a GIF. I use this thing called cap. It gives you like a nice surface around it. Okay, and then you can start. Wait till it's lighter. I click. I don't like that. I'm gonna take another take. There we go. Stop. Okay. And I'm going to take only my second shot, so trim it here. Mouse comes in, opens up, closes, crop it like this, crop it more. Yeah. Let's save it as a GIF. Can we get a little more quality? Export. Okay, the export is going to take a while. On the website, I use Monosap. I actually never used Monosap. Maybe I should try it. Do you recommend it? Is it good? Okay, I'm gonna close some windows. It's done. Okay, perfect. Discard, close this, close this, close this. Take screenshots in one. Interesting, it also does GIFs. That's pretty cool. Probably gonna try that out as well. Okay, let's see. That's not the right tweet. Starting in 5. Yep, this is the one I wanted. Let's captures. I'm gonna be honest and say, I'm like, I don't hate it because I also don't like love it, but I think it's nice. But I am surprised how far we come. I'm surprised how well this worked out. It's SVG plus Tailwind animations. SVG plus animating SVGs with raw Tailwind, I want to say. Okay. Retweet. I'm gonna stop here. Thanks for hanging out. And yeah, hopefully you had fun. This wasn't completely boring to you. I know it takes a lot of while, and it can get tiring to just watch somebody struggle through some code. So I appreciate you guys hang out with me. All right, I'm gonna take off, and I'm gonna see you the next time. Ciao. I don't have any tricks. I'm just gonna click finish. Bye.